Hey guys, it's Rita Michelle and welcome to yet another beautiful day that God has blessed us with. So as you guys can see from the title of the video, we're going to get into something that probably is one of the biggest challenges for new believers, because when you're young and you just feel like you have the rest of your life to go forward and you kind of feel invincible, that you're not going to die. You just kind of think to yourself, well, I got time. I don't really need to sit here and try to give my life completely over to God, because at the end of the day, that's something that's meant for people older, someone who's more, later on in life, middle age, maybe even. I actually had this thought too whenever I was younger. I wanted to live my life and I just kept getting convicted. And after all these convictions, I was just like, you know what, it's time for me to just stop playing around. And yes, I'm not perfect. There are times that I do stumble, and I am working very, very closely with God and the Holy Spirit to convict me even more so that I don't stumble and I don't cause others to stumble. One thing that I did come across was Ecclesiastes 11. In verse 9 it says, "Rejoice, O young man, in your youth, and let your heart cheer you in the days of your youth. Walk in the ways of your heart and in the sight of your eyes, but know that for all these God will bring you into judgment. Therefore remove sorrow from your heart and put away evil from your flesh, for childhood and youth are vanity." So that's just something that you guys should really consider, because I personally, whenever I was doing my clinical rotations in the pediatrics, would see a lot of children who were very sick. And I know, yes, these are special cases and that's not the norm. That's not the majority of children out in the world. But as we've seen lately on the news, there have been a lot of shootings lately, and you just never know when it's going to be your time. And I don't say this to scare you. I say it more so to let you know that the sooner you do it, the better off you'll be in the future. My mom always told me whenever I was younger, the way you are training yourself to be now, the way you practice to be right now, is the way you'll be as an adult. And it's true. If you practice being selfish and being buck wild and doing all these crazy things and just putting God on the back burner, it's going to be harder for you in the future to want to really sit there and commit your life to Him, because you've just sat down and done so many things for yourself. And I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying, instead of making that route harder for you, when you know that's a desire in your heart now, just go ahead and start making those necessary changes. Not that you'll be alone in this. God is going to have you in every step of the way, and He will bring people in your life as long as you allow that. I was actually surprised whenever I was ready to commit my life over, how many people God brought into my life that were also my age, which was nice because I had a sense of community. I was able to connect with those people and talk about my struggles with them. And likewise, because they were able to help support me while I was able to help support them. And still the same thing goes on today. I am still young, but I do want to continue going forward and preaching what I've learned in my life to other people. As a believer who has gotten a chance to taste and experience what God has in store and what God can do for me and what He's done for people around me and people my age and younger, I just want that for other people. And if you're on the fence and you're struggling and you're scared, now is not the time to be scared, because we are reaching the end times. Actually, we are in the end times, and there are only worse times to come. And like I said, I don't mean to scare you in this. I just want you to really think and consider and just let it sit and marinate in your brain for a little bit. So you just give your life over to God. And it's not going to be an overnight process. It's going to be pretty much a lifelong process. But just being submissive to the Holy Spirit and to God is going to really open a lot of doors for you that you never thought were going to be there. So I'm going to insert a little clip just as a demonstration, and I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care and have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. All right, so this is what I wanted to demonstrate with you guys. Today I was gonna get ready to make some of these potatoes so I can make myself some home cut fries, and I was getting the bag of potatoes. I knew that I needed to use them up. So I did smell coming from the bag, and I was like, what is that? So I reached into the bag, I got my potatoes out, and I saw that the reason why it smelled was because I had a rotting potato in there. So my little rotting potato was this one here. Now, when I kind of zoom out here, you can see that this is the largest potato that was in the bag. So that kind of sparked something in my mind. I was like, you know what? This is a good lesson. Just because it's bigger does not mean it's better or stronger. So for this, Satan's army is going to be larger in the end. But that doesn't mean that it's going to prevail over the Lord's army. We know that as we get to the last days, based off of our readings in Revelation, that there are going to be fewer and fewer believers out there, and there's just going to be more people who are going to be recruited on Satan's side. But at the final battle, the Lord is going to be the one who is going to win with this smaller army, with the smaller potatoes, and Satan is going to lose and be tossed in the trash, just like this is going to be.